Hello and welcome to Nationwide. I am Bright Ebuchu. President Bola Tinubu has launched the Electronic Civil Registration of Vital Statistics System and its coordination committee at the ceremony held at the State House Conference Center. President Tinubu emphasized the importance of this system, which is set out to register all births and deaths, issue birth and death certificates, and compile and disseminate vital statistics, including cause of death information.
Care and knowledge to Nigerians and shall ultimately become vital sources of identity data across federal agencies such as NIMS, MC, NIS, Road Safety, INEC, Police, EFCC, and other security outfits. The system will also improve the ability of the federal agencies to generate vital statistics on important population events and migration, further enabling the government to design well-tailored, effective, and efficient policy capable of meeting the needs of Nigerian people. The Commission has made substantial progress in quest to deliver the first digital population and housing census. It is my hope that the result of the census will provide the nation with much needed data for development planning and the enthronement of good governance. I call on the Commission to deploy its cutting-edge technology, especially the geospatial data that has been collected through the enumeration area demarcation implementing the ECRVS.
The launch ECRVS and Geospatial Data Repository is organized by the National Population Commission in collaboration with UNICEF and Banksford Technologies Limited. President Bola Tinubu has signed the 2023 supplementary budget of more than 2.1 billion naira into law. The signing at the State House was witnessed by principal officers of the National Assembly, led by Senate President Godswill Akpabio, Tajuddin Abbas, and the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, among others. A supplementary appropriation bill was last week submitted to the National Assembly, and the National Legislature approved the sum of 2.17 trillion naira. The supplementary budget is to, among other things, take care of a military expenditure, makeup of the conditional cash transfer and 3-month wage award the federal government promised its workers. The High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, Maritime, Abuja, has granted bail to the former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele. The presiding justice, Olukayode Adebola Adeniyi, gave the order this Wednesday in Abuja in a ruling on the bail application argued by Matthew Booker. San, Justice Adeniyi held that it is in the best interest of justice and fair play, especially the provision of Section 35 of Nigerian's Constitution, to follow the rule of law. The federal government, the Attorney General of the Federation, and the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, opposed the bail application. Justice Adeniyi, who granted the bail, hinged his decision on the fact that Emefiele has stayed in government custody beyond the time stipulated by law. The court also predicated his decision on the fact that the federal government had completed investigation into the allegation against the former Now to the next story. Admission processes into some tertiary institutions in Nigeria for courses like medicine, Law and engineering has attracted the attention of the Senate due to alleged unwholesome practices. The Senate, sequel to a motion from the Deputy Majority Whip, Senator Nyeka Nwebonyi, referred to the travails of one Ms. Chineye and 290 others who allegedly had their admissions truncated at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, on the order of the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board. Senate-mandated committees on tertiary education and public petitions to look into the issue. Meanwhile, President Tinubu has transmitted to the Senate a request seeking confirmation of Aliyu Maida as the Executive Vice Chairman of National Communications Commission. That report will be brought to you in our subsequent bulletin. Governor, Central Bank of Nigeria, Dr. Olayemi Michael Cardoso, has pledged to look into the high charges on remittances inflow to Nigeria for a robust economy. The CBN governor gave the assurances during a strategic meeting led by Honorable Abike Dabiri Erewa, the chairman, CEO, and management of Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, to the CBN headquarters in Abuja. Deborah Balagbogbo reports.
According to World Bank statistics, in 2022, diaspora remittance stands well over $22 billion. Cardoso expressed concern over the staccato status of remittance and assured that investigations would be carried out and necessary actions taken to ensure Nigerians remain the highest receiver of remitter in sub-Saharan Africa after Egypt.
It is that serves as a bottleneck. We will do what we can to ensure that we are able to take it out.
Remittances, it can increase if the challenges are removed. How come Nigeria has the highest tax anywhere in the world? I think this is something that the central bank can look into.
The NIDCOM boss called on the leadership of the bank to partner with NIDCOM in its numerous initiatives, like the National Diaspora Policy, which the CBN is a major stakeholder, Diaspora Data Mapping, Nigeria Diaspora Investment Trust Fund, Diaspora Quarterly Lectures, Badagry Door of Return, and Nigeria Diaspora Investment Summit to mobilize and increase diaspora remittance. Deborah Balagbogbo, NTA News.
The Nigerian Governors' Wives Forum has expressed its readiness to work in synergy with relevant stakeholders towards addressing the spate of gender-based violence and women marginalization in the country. This was made known during the quarterly meeting of the organization held in Bauchi. Awal Abdullahi completes the report.
These are members of the Nigerian Governors' Wives Forum who converge on Bauchi for a quarterly meeting to review their activities and provide work plan ahead of 2024. Provision of equal opportunity for women, increasing school enrollments among women and children, as well as the fight against sexual and gender-based violence are some of the issues advocated by the forum.
We shall be transiting from the Nigeria Governors' Wives Forum to the Nigeria Governors' Spouses Forum. This change underscores the active role the First Ladies play in advocating for increased women's representation in leadership positions.
Of the retreat was inauguration of the newly rehabilitated Special Education Center provided by Bauchi State Government.
The Special Education Center Bauchi is an institution established to provide quality education and skills training to children with special needs to enable them to discover their potential and productive to the society.
The forum has earlier paid a courtesy visit on Governor Bala Mohammed and the Emir of Bauchi, Alhaji Rilwanu Suleiman Adamu, to intimate them on the forum's mission. In Bauchi, Awal Abdullahi, NTA News.
The Minister of Women Affairs, Uju Kennedy Ohaneye, has received the first set of 7 tricycles out of the expected 30 to commence the empowerment initiative for women in Abuja. When empowered, the women who would cut across different tribes would be known as Pink Riders. Ngozi Technical reports.
With that demonstration, the Women Affairs Minister, Uju Kennedy Ohanenye, tested the efficacy of the tricycles while awaiting the remaining 23. The minister gave reasons for the choice of tricycle for women empowerment and arrangement to ensure a hitch-free operations.
So we're begging FCT minister, we've already written to him as we're starting from FCT to please beg the task force people to leave the pink riders alone. I've already spoken with the police. Police is just there to take care of them and make sure they are fine.
Similarly, the Minister of Women Affairs unveiled industrial equipment acquired by the ministry to upgrade the Skills Acquisition Center to meet international standards in dressmaking. Based on this, the minister hopes to change the poverty narrative for Nigerian women as their productivity will translate to economic development. Ngozi Technical, NTA News.
The Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC Limited, has announced the introduction of Nembe crude oil grade, a new crude oil grade into the international crude oil market. The announcement of the Nembe crude oil blend produced by ITO, the operator of the NNPC ITO oil mining lease OML 29 joint venture, was made at the ongoing Argos European Crude Conference in London. OML 29, an asset located onshore Nigeria, is operated by ITO Eastern Exploration and Production Limited, Africa's leading indigenous hydrocarbon producer, following an historic acquisition from Shell in 2014. A statement by Olufemi Shonenye, Chief Corporate Communications Officer, NNPC Limited, reveals that the unique selling point of the Nembe crude oil grade with an API gravity was highlighted by both the ITO and NNPC Limited leadership at the Argos conference in London. The Nembe crude oil grade also has a low sulfur content and low carbon footprint due to flare gas elimination, fitting perfectly into the required specifications of major buyers in Europe. 2 cargoes of 950,000 barrels each of the Nembe crude oil grade have since been exported to France and the Netherlands. With its attractive assay of API 29 and low sulfur content, the Nembe crude oil grade commands a premium to the global Brent benchmark. With the NNPC ITO oil mining lease 29 joint venture back on stream, Nigeria now boasts of an additional crude oil export of 2 cargoes at 950,000 barrels each per month and 1.21 billion cubic feet of export gas monthly. The Nembe crude oil export terminal was licensed in line with the extant laws and crude oil terminal establishment regulations. The terminal was conceived as a floating storage and offloading vessel with a storage capacity of 2 million barrels and the ability to offload crude oil to any export tanker from Aframax to very large crude oil carriers, with a loading capacity of 25,000 barrels per hour, and will be exporting over 3.6 million barrels of the crude oil monthly at full scale of operation currently. Hydrocarbon production from OML 29, which was hitherto constrained due to evacuation challenges owing to security issues around the Nembe Creek trunk line corridor, has now been debottlenecked. The rising unemployment in the country, especially among the youth, may well be tackled if more skills and vocational training schools are strategically spread across community in various states of the Federation. Government Technical College is one of such training schools. In this report, Uchenna Nwokoyo visited Government Technical College, Onitsha, to access its functionality.
They are very young and already on course to becoming self-reliant. At Government Technical College, Onitsha, students are not only taught theoretical subjects, they are also trained on the various skills that will make them self-reliant.
As a plumbing student, I've been able to learn how to fix some pipes and explain what I did. Been able to learn how to weld, how to construct different things with metals.
Unfortunately, in the entire Onitsha, only one government technical college is found.
If we want to rise, just like any other countries, technologically wise, we need to establish more technical schools.
Most of them here can design a web and an app. So these ones are in NTC 3. They've advanced from NTC 1, which is our normal web development, HTML.
Education experts say if unemployment will be reduced, government at all levels should invest more in skill training schools and establish more where there are few. In Onitsha, Uchenna Nwokoyo, NTA News.
Let's now join Uchenna Nwokoyo in Onitsha to shed more light on the subject matter. Uchenna, if you can hear me, what is the uniqueness of this school?
Yes, thank you, Bright. Unlike the normal grammar school, technical college grooms children from early stage on the technical skills they need to be self-reliant. And those skills they get at the early stage on graduation, just one or two finishing touches they are going to get at the higher institutions to be self-reliant and employers of labor instead of job seekers. And in this school, they have so many technical departments ranging from computer craft, auto repairs, fabrication and welding, radio, television, electronic repairs, furniture, plumbing, catering, and the rest of them. And if you look behind me, I'm right here at the mechanical engineering craft department. The students are well engaged in so many things they are learning. At this early stage, they have already started engaging themselves in those things that will make them self-reliant in the future. I have with me here a guest, the Onitsha Zonal Director of Education, Post-Primary School Service Commission, Lady Josephine Ngozi Igbangose. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Please tell us how many of these schools are in this zone?
In this Onitsha education zone, we have two technical colleges. We have one in Onitsha, then one in Osamala. Okay. We have two.
So what's the reason for the shortfall? Because this is supposed to be in so many communities where young people will have the freedom to have this opportunity.
Yes, actually, our amiable governor, Professor Charles Soludo, have a good intention for students to learn skill, to acquire skill. Even our commissioner too. So they have the good intent. They say that students should learn one student, two skills, so that at the end of their studies, they will be able to have so many skills that they will use to showcase themselves, to do for the future, to work for the future. So there is need to have so many of these technical colleges in the state. But as for now, we have small this number of technical colleges. They intend to have more if they have the fund to finance more colleges, since all the students will be involved in the technical skill. Every student, even those in secondary schools, in ordinary secondary school, they need to have skills, these technical skills, to equip themselves for the challenges of this country.
Okay, all right. Could we say because of the cost of running the schools, is it why it is in shortfall?
Yes, exactly. Because if they have enough finance, they will finance the school so that the students, the teachers, the school, the principal will have enough fund to buy materials, to buy equipment, to help the student to learn the skill. But as of now, we have just two schools in Onitsha zone. If there is enough fund and finance, they will be able to have so many. All the secondary schools supposed to have technical places where the students will learn skills.
All right, thank you very much, Mrs. Igbangose. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bright is over to you in the studio.
Thank you, Chenna. Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, has reiterated federal government's commitment to the timely establishment of a UNESCO Category 2 Institute for Media and Information Literacy in Nigeria. The minister stated this during a bilateral meeting with the UNESCO Assistant Director General for Communication and Information, Dr. Taufik Jelassi, on the sidelines of UNESCO's 42nd General Conference in Paris, France. The minister expressed his determination to ensure that Nigerian benefits from all existing opportunities in the UNESCO communications and information sector, including the development of community radio, which is one of UNESCO's ongoing priorities. Nigerians pledge to establish and host the institutes emerged from the 2022 UNESCO Global Media and Information Literacy Week, hosted by Nigeria in October 2022 in Abuja, and was endorsed by a resolution of the 216th session of the UNESCO Executive Board in May 2023. Also present at the bilateral meeting, which held at the UNESCO headquarters, was Nigeria's ambassador, permanent representative to UNESCO, Dr. Hajo Sani. Let's now go to Lagos, where Hingino is standing by for more reports.
Enhancing maritime security in the Gulf of Guinea requires re-strengthening bilateral relationships among nations. The Gulf of Guinea is strategic too. This is what informed a port call by the Spanish Navy to its Nigerian counterpart while on maritime security tour of the Gulf of Guinea. Lanre Bilei, who was at the meeting of the naval brasses of both countries, has details.
Strengthening of bilateral relationship geared towards enhancing maritime security in the Gulf of Guinea is of utmost importance for the navies of Nigeria and Spain. This is what informed this port call by the Spanish naval officer and the ambassador of Spain to Nigeria. In a meeting with the top brass of the nation's navy, the Spanish ambassador to Nigeria, who led the Spanish naval officers, described bilateral relationship as a building block of coordinating maritime security in the Gulf of Guinea. The flag officer commanding Naval Western Command, Rear Admiral Mustafa Bala Azan, who expressed satisfaction with the Spanish naval maritime security support, highlighted other areas.
As of July this year, the trade balance for Nigeria has been in the positive at around 366 million euro, which is good. So we must maintain this relationship with Spain. Shipbuilding institution in Europe, we need to collaborate more and see how we can gain from that.
Follow the leadership of the coastal states, and if it comes to the Gulf of Guinea, we all are aware of the leadership that Nigeria actually plays.
Spanish naval officers believe joint regional maritime security is essential to security network that can sustain this peaceful atmosphere being enjoyed in the Gulf of Guinea.
With this cooperation, I'm convinced that we will achieve this maritime security.
The nation's navy promised to use the opportunity to have joint exercise as a deterrent to smuggling activities in the area. In Lagos, Larry Bileyi, NTA News.
A new era of digital economy and innovation was established the moment the Nigerian communications satellite was inaugurated, a development which experts described as a game changer and enabler of Nigeria's quest to gain more mileage in digital economy. In our next report, Joel Pupola takes a look at how Nigeria is using it as a springboard to keep pace with the rest of the world.
Nigeria's economic diversification drive is being vigorously pursued in all frontiers, from the blue economy to the circular economy and the digital economy, which is a vibrant sector of the economy that relies on satellite technology as a springboard to reach its peak. Since inception, NIGECOMSAT has consistently paved the way for an interconnected and digitally thriving nation. From telecommunication to agriculture, education and security, NIGECOMSAT has been at the forefront of enhancing the digital economy in Nigeria. Tech experts believe that this has changed the digital economy landscape in the country.
Thanks to this technology, we are able to improve our mode of communication, business operations wirelessly. without any breakage, without any miscommunication, without any form of hindrance at all.
Progress has also been made in innovation, entrepreneurship, with the emergence of technology hubs and startup ecosystems, among others.
NIGECOMSAT is instrumental to ICT revolution in Nigeria with impressive improvements in telecommunication, weather forecasting and internet penetration and other salient areas. These stakeholders believe is helping Nigeria keep pace with the rest of the world. While Nigeria has recorded tremendous success, there is still a huge gap to be covered.
Beyond ICT sectors, we can put this into our transportation system, we can put this into agriculture. You know, it's a form of technology. We can see how we can improve all of these things. And then even small businesses, we don't necessarily have to look at big sectors.
Experts unanimously agreed that there is a need for more investment and research to gain more ground and guarantee national and cyber security. In Lagos, Joel Pukbola, NTA News.
Those are the reports from Lagos. Nationwide will continue in Ibadan after this break.
Nationwide on the network service of the NTA, and welcome to Ibadan. Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde has charged corps members to engage themselves in skill acquisition while in the orientation camp to make themselves relevant. Governor Makinde made the call during the opening ceremony of the orientation camp for National Youth Service Corps members, Batch C Stream 1 in Iseyin, Oyo State. Lukman Hassan has the details.
Governor Seyi Makinde maintained that the state will continue to support corps members posted to Oyo State, adding that the National Youth Service Corps scheme is one of the credible platforms through which graduate youths can contribute to the growth of the nation and its economy.
So I just ask them to look and find what they can do that will help them. Like skills, we have different skills, and I'm very sure they must have one or two things doing even before they come to the camp. So I'll just ask them to make use of what they've been practicing this time around.
Oyo State Coordinator of the National Youth Service Corps, Odoba Abel Ochi, urged the corps members to actively participate in all camp activities to prepare them for the mental and physical challenges they may encounter in the course of their service here.
I therefore urge you to see this is opportunity of national service to learn about the culture and ways of life. The things that promote national integration, which is the whole essence of the National Youth Service Scheme.
Earlier, Oyo State Chief Judge Justice Iyabo Yorima administered the oath of allegiance to the corps members. 1,640 corps members were mobilized to Oyo State, while 754 of them are from Lagos State camp. In Ibadan, Lukman Hassan, NTA News.
Partnership and network of medical and surgical volunteer team is to promote access to healthcare delivery in the country. To this end, medical outreach has been organized, targeted at the less privileged in the society. Rafia Animashan Badmos reports that beneficiaries are drawn from across the country.
About 2,000 people benefited from free surgeries of lipoma, breast lump, hernia, cervical cancer screening, eye examination, treatment, and free glasses administration, and examination of teeth and mouth washing, free drug administration, among others.
The doctors took their time to clean the inner and the outer part of the teeth, and then they taught us how to keep the teeth clean.
I come for eyes problem, so I have been given glass.
My son came for hernia surgery.
They then give me a house, then give me food, they still help me with my son.
The state coordinator, Al-Ansar Trust Fund, said the outreach was the initiative of medical, paramedical, and volunteers to serve Almighty God by providing health care to the indigents in the society.
We don't discriminate based on religion, based on race. In as much as anybody is human, we believe we all belong to one creator. And to assist a fellow human being is part of what has been recommended from every form of religion.
Like the government has always been doing, if they continue to and bring
and organize things like this, it will go a long way to help well-meaning Nigerians who are financially challenged.
The annual medical outreach by ATF is one of so many other philanthropic gestures to the public. They, however, solicit support from well-meaning Nigerians to join the cause. In Ibadan, Wafia Animation Badmos, NTA News.
Those are the trendy reports from Ibadan this hour. Nationwide continues with Bright in our Abuja studio.
Thank you, Larry. As part of preparation towards ensuring a smooth conduct of the forthcoming Imo, Kogi, and Bayelsa gubernatorial elections, Corps Marshal of Federal Road Safety Corps Dauda Alibiu has ordered operatives of the Corps drafted to cover the elections to ensure effective collaboration with the Nigerian Police Force, Independent National Electoral Commission, and other security agencies in the enforcement of restrictions on vehicular movement. In the directive issued, the Corps members have also been mandated to clear obstructions from the roads, carry out rescue operations in case of emergencies, and maintain orderliness in polling booths. The Corps Marshal has directed the deployment of 1,500 personnel of the Corps and 35 vehicles, including tow trucks, ambulances, to each of the respective states to strengthen enforcement of restrictions during the entire process of the election. The Corps Marshal called on the electorate in the state to comply with all regulations, including restrictions, and would be announced as he wished the entire state a peaceful, free, and fair elections. The Nigerian Army is encouraging its military commandants to deploy artificial intelligence in the conduct of operations. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa reports.
The development of artificial intelligence has opened a variety of potentials for security and defense purposes, as this can be deployed in logistics support, simulation, target recognition, and threat monitoring. Artificial intelligence for military purpose is a force multiplier. However, experts have concerns about its safety and security.
We also want to allay fear of particularly the commanders as to the negativity of artificial intelligence. Look at the positive side. How can you utilize it? We are already using it. People are just afraid. So let us put the fear behind us.
The most important thing, first of all, is to acknowledge and understand the various ramifications of artificial intelligence. Until we do that, we will not be in a position to actually be able to gather all the things that we need to gather from it.
The center is therefore seeking attitudinal change in military officers to encourage effective deployment of the technology. In Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA.
Exploiting emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence in communication information systems for an agile and resilient Nigerian Air Force is the theme of a conference aimed at effectively meeting national security imperatives. The Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, who declared the conference open, gave assurance of CIS-centered policies to sustain efforts at meeting the security demands of the country. Defense correspondent Naja'atu Tijani reports.
Government employs many methods and strategies to ensure national security, but a vital component which gives government informed choices is communication, which can also make or mar any strategy employed by government. The Nigerian Air Force is ensuring that commanders make informed decisions to achieve mission success by implementing an advanced system of communication in line with emerging global trends.
Our ability to churn out ideas to harness the power of technology will determine our success in ensuring the highest levels of operational effectiveness and efficiency. Similarly, a deep focus on artificial intelligence can revolutionize how we process data, analyze information, and make informed decisions in real time.
I believe this conference will generate a lot of meaningful and insightful discussions that would assist communication information systems officers in the effective execution of their duties.
Nigerian Air Force CIS practitioners from various units and commands, as well as other stakeholders from within and outside the service, are currently attending a conference. Naja'atu Tijani, NTA News.
The Joint National Congress INC Eastern Zone has condemned what it calls political interference in the affairs of the Rivers State government and appealed to President Bola Tinubu to continue to intervene towards forestalling further crisis and ensuring sustenance of peace in the state. This was at a news briefing in Port Harcourt. Kingsley Amajiri reports.
Political crisis that rocked the State House of Assembly, culminating to an impeachment notice served on Governor Siminalayi Fubara, appears not to be over yet, with the Joint National Congress calling for an unhindered political freedom. INC Eastern Zone, however, called on the elders to tread with caution, stating that the group will resist any attempt to impeach the governor for selfish reasons.
Irrespective of ethnic coloration, be it Ikwere, Ogoni, Kalabari, Ejo, all of us, we are one in this position. Let Siminalayi Fubara breathe so that he can carry out his responsibility as governor of Rivers State without any form of interference.
The group insisted that the call for non-interference in the affairs of the state is a quest for justice devoid of ethnic coloration, targeted at ensuring good governance in Rivers State. In Port Harcourt, Kingsley Amajiri, NTA News.
Conversations on the issues surrounding child abuse is a topic among advocates against gender-based violence as they clamor for stiffer punishments and full implementation of extant laws. Achari Maxwell's report looks at the prevalence of cases of child abuse.
Of child abuse in Kaduna State is that which gives sleepless nights to parents and guardians, as it seems to continue despite efforts by government and critical stakeholders to curb the stem. At the moment, it is declared a state of emergency. Although the VAB law, the Penal Code and the Child Rights Act are in place, but the implementation plan remains a hurdle stakeholders are looking forward to.
The religious and traditional leaders have a lot to do. You cannot just come to meetings and then you come, we have a workshop, you give us commitments, but your people don't know your stand. You need to go back and let them know this is where you stand. In my community, if this happens, this is my stand on it. And then you keep to your word and you use that as an example to deter people.
The government too, they have their own rights, they have their own role to play.
Children are to be loved, protected and cared for, and not to be abused either physically, mentally or psychologically, because the consequences has a negative impact on the larger society. Achari Maxwell, NTA News.
Let's now go to Kaduna, where Achari is standing by to give us an update. Achari, can you tell us the situation in Kaduna State and what needs to be done to curtail cases of child abuse?
Yes, one is the physical and the mental, physical, the which the child goes through. By the time the child is not given the desired attention, that can also be referred to as child abuse. Yes, the issue is alarming in Kaduna State, but there's good news because stakeholders are working day and night to ensure that the issue is curtailed to its barest minimum. Here with me, I have Hanatsu Aruwan, who has been championing the cause of against child abuse in Kaduna State. Please tell us, ma'am, you have been in the forefront. What is it that you've been doing in this regard, government's effort?
Okay, thank you very much. We've been working together with other NGOs in Kaduna State, putting our hands together, especially since we had in place the child rights law and also this violence against persons prohibition law, because some of the things that were that are considered as child abuse also come under the violence against persons law. Children, some of them get sexually abused, some of them even environment get abused, and even when what we call forceful eviction that affects a wife and a mother, the children are also part of it. Sometimes a man throws out his wife and the children, and that one is being considered as forceful eviction. We also have child labor, because for some people, because of the hardship that they are going through, especially when we had incidences of insecurity, for example, like Kajuru local government, that some parents had to now, because they were displaced, they brought their children and gave them out to some people within the township, for the children to work for them so that the family would be able to get some sort of support. But we also see that through that process, some of the children get abused by those people that they were entrusted into. So those are some of the things happening. And so as NGOs, what we do is sensitization, calling out for people not to allow themselves to be involved in such acts, to desist from such acts. We sensitize communities. We talk to them about these different types of things that are being done against children, especially. We can see some being done against women, but we also see this being done.
Okay, what will you want to see in terms of implementation of these laws going forward?
Okay, so we'll ask for full implementation. That is the government, the government agencies that are responsible for implementing or ensuring that this law is implemented. The laws we have, the Child Rights Protection Law, the Violence Against Persons Protection Law. We're calling on government agencies that are responsible to ensure that there's full implementation. We're calling on community leaders to talk to people within the communities not to be involved in such type of acts against children, and even for parents to say that they do not have to give their children out to, for child labor. And then to people who, even when these children are entrusted into their care, they should not maltreat them. They should look at them like it's their own children, because someday their children might also be somewhere and they wouldn't want their children to be maltreated. So those are some of the things that we're calling on community leaders, calling on religious leaders and other people.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, the fight against child abuse is a collaborative effort that requires the parents, caregivers to come effort so that we shall have a free society where there will be no children abuse. It's back to the studios.
Thank you, Achari, for that update. Salamotu in Kaduna is standing by with more stories on Nationwide. Hello, Salamotu.
Bright and a warm welcome. The first set of artisans from the popular Panteka market in Kaduna State who acquired the National Skill Qualification Certificate training in different trades are ready to begin offering their services in formal institutions across the country to add value to the nation's economic growth. Muhammad Umar Ajingi reports that about 23 of the artisans were awarded with NSQ Level 3 certificate by Kaduna Polytechnic.
To upgrade the capacity of these artisans at Panteka markets, for them to produce quality products with high efficiency in both local and international markets, the Kaduna Polytechnic few years ago begins providing them with the required training to give them the necessary certificates. 35-year-old Abubakar Usman is one of the artisans from Panteka market that benefited from this training in the aspect of plumbing installation.
My dream is at least to become a professional plumber that is going to be considered worldwide.
About 23 of the artisans were trained in 7 different trades.
This is a major milestone because this is the first time the informal sector is being recognized through RPL, recognition of prior learning.
And it's actually a globally recognized certification. The federal government, through the MBTE, actually carried out a global study and came up with this model that is acceptable globally.
Director of Kaduna Polytechnic, Suleiman Umar, says they will support these artisans with equipment that will enhance their skills in this Panteka market.
Is a realization of one of the objectives of the management of Kaduna Polytechnic to upgrade the capacity of the Panteka artisans that make the market to produce quality products.
The key players are urging the federal government to support informal skill sectors like Panteka market. In Kaduna, I am Muhammad Marajingi, NTA News.
Away from Panteka Market artisans, the physical and mental fitness of the military personnel in various fields of operation serves as key to attainment of the national security imperatives. Haruna Muhammad reports that these were the words of the Commandant, Air Force Institute of Technology and special guest of honor at the 2023 annual 10 kilometers walk and jog of the Nigerian Air Force, Kaduna.
Officers, airmen, airwomen, civilians and corps members participated in the annual 10-kilometer walk and jog of the Nigerian Air Force in Kaduna. And in batches, winners emerged in order of first, second and third. Commandant Air Force Institute of Technology and special guest of honor, Air Vice Marshal Sami Rabe, and the Commander, Air Training Command, Air Vice Marshal Nnamdi Ananaba, in their separate address reiterates that defending the territorial integrity of Nigeria is a constitutional responsibility of the armed forces which must be carried out to the latter. Hence, the need for personnel to ensure they are fit for the job.
The military profession entails a lot of physical activities.
A fit soldier entails a secure nation. If your soldiers are not fit, then of course you know there's a doubt as to the security of the nation. So we have to ensure that our personnel are fit.
Awards were presented to personnel and other participants who distinguished themselves. While the military continue to carry out various operations across the country, the annual 10-kilometer walk or jog is geared towards ensuring the personnel are mentally and physically fit for them to be alert at their various places of assignment. In Kaduna, I am Haruna Mohammed, NTA News.
And that completes our package from Kaduna. Udwak in our Benin Network Center is standing by with their sets of reports. But after this timeout, please stay tuned.
Dear co-guides, let's get real about the true situation of things in Kogi State. Forget the fluff. These images are the real deal. And your healthcare reality in the confluent state. The All Progressives Congress, APC, walked into a healthcare sector that was on life support. But with a visionary leader like Governor Yahaya Adoza Bello, the situation didn't just call for intervention. It was time to shake up things, and he sure did, striving to put an end to medical tourism. Fast forward, and the story has changed. Now you have confidence in your state-owned hospitals, unrestricted access, professional healthcare managers, free services, and world-class medical facilities. And guess what? This transformation isn't stuck in one senatorial district. Don't let the naysayers pull the wool over your eyes. The projects are out there, and the people, oh, they are singing praises.
What you are seeing now is a brand new hospital. From all departments, they renovated, they upgraded, so many things in this place. It has improved our patient load. I can tell you that people come in from as far as Benue. People come in from Edo State, Auchi, to this place. People come in from Nsuka to access this place.
The doctors are trying, nurses are trying, everybody in this hospital, they are all trying.
I went to the eye clinic and I've been treated without wasting time.
With the Specialist Hospital Lokoja, College of Health Science and Technology, IDA, Prince Abubakar Audu Teaching Hospital, Anyingba, the APC didn't just talk, they walked the talk. The Reference Hospital, Okene, is the flagship. It's got all the high-end, high-tech equipment, MRI machines, CT scanners, hyperbaric chamber, you name it. It is about the only government-owned hospital in Nigeria with such gear. All thanks to Governor Yahaya Bello and his APC crew. Now, let's talk continuity. Why wouldn't you vote for the APC?
This mandate is the mandate for the people. This mandate is a mandate for Kogi United. It's a mandate for the development of our state. We are coming to build on the legacies of His Excellency Alhaji Bello under the renewed hope agenda of Mr. President.
Usman Ahmed Ododo and the APC form the progressive force set to build on the foundation laid by the White Lion. Dark days? Not anymore in Kogi. We won't let ethnic and tribal bigots take the reins. We are progressives, taking Kogi to the next level. Our dear people, here's your call. Vote APC. Vote Usman Ahmed Ododo, an indisputably humble, detribalized and resourceful leader. He is an accomplished accountant and auditor who has learned statecraft from the best. Let's keep Kogi moving forward. Usman Ahmed Ododo is the deal.
Nationwide on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority. Welcome to Benin. Edo State government is collaborating with the U.S. consulate in Nigeria to strengthen ties in combating human trafficking and migrant smuggling in the state. This was when Governor Godwin Obaseki met with the American envoy in Benin City, the Edo State capital. Goodluck Enaini has the details.
Human trafficking and migrant smuggling constitutes some vices the Edo State government is working round the clock to address. The governor, who was represented while appraising the performance the state government recorded in fighting the scourge, mentioned the challenges in carrying out the task. The governor says, having done with the urban cities, government is considering moving to the hinterlands to create awareness, as he expressed optimism that the meeting will generate positive outcomes.
If we could take this awareness to them and speak the language they understand, to let them know that where you are, if you have something doing, it's better you stay and grow than to just run out. It's not everybody that run out for greener pasture that gets it well out there.
Head of the delegation, Kessie Brenham, commended the state government for the success recorded in tackling the menace and assured that the United States will partner Edo State to address the issue.
We fund global programs to combat human trafficking, and we also coordinate our own interagency efforts to combat trafficking process. We really believe that the heart of anti-trafficking work is in victim identification and protection, which is why agencies like yours are so critical to screen vulnerable populations and refer and provide services.
The two sides are expectant of better outcomes. In Benin, Goodluck Enaini, NTA News.
And that's it on Nationwide. Many thanks for watching. Good evening.
Information is power.